I moved into Fairfield in August the first of 2022. When I moved in, I didn't move in that first week. When I did move in, it was 2 weeks later. My apartment had a bad odor in it. It smelled awful. I couldn't even stand the unit. I kept going to the rental office complaining about my unit. They wouldn't do nothing about the smell. They keep coming in my unit saying they didn't smell anything. I had a leak in my kitchen. It was leaking in here for almost 15 months. So the leak ended up getting bad and spread all over the cabinets. I went to the doctor. I ended up having to be on the breathing machine because mold is in my kidney.
You're breaking up.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, but you're breaking up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but you're breaking up.
The leak that I had, sir, that was in my kitchen was my neighbor's dirty bath water. I have videos showing that where it was leaking all over my stove, all over my dinner on Sunday. The mold messed me up so bad I have to get on the breathing machine every 4 hours. I went to the office for that. I also got another letter in the mail stating that I was late on my rent, which I wasn't late on my rent at all. I paid my rent way in advance. They said I did for the payment agreement. I didn't do that at all either. Another thing is I withholding my rent from them is because of all this stuff I had going on in my apartment. I had mold growing in the bathroom, mold in the kitchen, couldn't breathe. Everything we would, like the cereal and the bread, would taste just like our house would smell. It was awful in here. I kept complaining to the rental office. Miss Epps wasn't there at that time. We had another assistant, another property manager. She gonna tell me I shouldn't have never signed my lease if it was that bad. When you go into that rental office, they laugh and smirk in your face, make you feel like you nothing, make you feel like you less than because you coming over there complaining about stuff. They had me in my home with dead mice coming from up under the sink into the drain, had me in here for 7 days when my sink stopped up. I couldn't even use my sink to prepare dinner. I had to call the Uber to get something to eat. Then I tried to catch myself up because I'm on a payment agreement. I gave them $3,000 this past February to catch up on my rent. They still told me I still had to pay for February and March rent when I didn't have no income. They still made me try to make me pay that until I went to legal aid. I think I shouldn't have to pay anything because I'm suffering in this unit and how they treat me at the office. It's not Miss Else, it's the maintenance people. Now, right now, I have work orders in that been in ever since the 17th. No one came in my unit for that work order. I have mold still going in my bathroom. My room is by the bathroom. I can't sleep in my bed because I can't breathe in there. So I lay on my living room sofa. They need to work on how they treat us in that rental office. Stop making us feel less than. And for the CEO saying that I watched some of the past videos. The CEO said his mother was on food stamps. He grew up on food stamps. He should know that payment agreement is outrageous for some of us to have to pay. Some of us have to pay a $200 payment agreement. My health is declining more and more. I stay in this unit. Like right now, I have to quit my job because it's affecting my health, and I can't afford to quit my job just because I still got to eat, and I still have to give them now $200 extra. I wouldn't be in this payment agreement if they would have just took off in 3 months when they ain't have no income. They still want that money from me. They still want that money, which is wrong when I'm in y'all unit suffering. They knew this rental unit wasn't fit for no one to move in when I moved in here. We had to scrub. I got videos of that too. Take a toothbrush and scrub all the roaches, eggs off the doors, the cabinets, everything in here, and still had stuff up on top of my cabinets look like they've been up there for years. We shouldn't have to live like this as being public housing. Be human beings just like they human beings. Don't never make a person feel less than or make them feel bad or make them have anxiety when they go into the rental office, or we can't express the way how we feel or they'll terminate our lease. We shouldn't be there. We should have the right to say what we want to say without anybody mocking us or making fun of us. That's how I feel when I go in that rental office all the time. I had a meeting with their attorney, the lawyer that I took with legal aid, Miss Epps, to have that assistant manager that laughed in my face when I told him how my house was smelling like I had dead bodies in there. You don't do stuff like that. That's unprofessional. When I kept going in there telling him my house was smelling awful, it was sewage smell in my home. Every time the lady comes, Miss April, I'm gonna say her name, April, come in my home, oh, we don't smell nothing. My granddaughter is 5 years old. She said, but Grandma, I smell it. They had us in here like that. I think it's wrong for them to do that to anyone. And I have health conditions. That's all I have to say.
I really feel, well, let me tell you this. Somebody gonna go in there and see what we can do to deal with that, okay?
Okay. Is that a promise? Because I done heard that several times.
Yes,
I heard it from the property manager, and I heard it. I even went in there, I had lost my key. I had told this that
man with the CEO on the other end of the line. Okay.
Ms. Brown, I will call you. Ms. Brown, I will call you the first thing tomorrow.
I don't think I should have to pay that payment agreement because it's their fault.
All right, Ms. Brown.
I hope somebody call me too.
Thank you so much for calling. And if you don't see satisfied, you call me back. Okay? But what the CEO just told you, he'll call you tomorrow. All right?
Can I send the CEO my videos that I got on my home? Or the water that's dripping all over my stove?
Hold on to your video right now. Did the CEO see it?
No, he didn't see it. I would like for him to see it.
Yeah, let him see it. Because I wouldn't want you sending something that you're sending to somebody that can't do anything about it, all right?
Okay, thank you, sir.
You're quite welcome. Next
When I called on Boyd Street to report that they didn't come to do the work orders, someone hung up in my face. They need to stop that. They need to work on that. Why is you hanging up in your resident's face when they trying to call you to get help or to make a complaint? That's not nice.
That's not right. All right, we hear you. We got the entire board here. We hear you. Okay, at least I do. All right, Ms. Brown, if you don't receive satisfaction within a certain amount of time, you call back. Mr. Stephen, I hope y'all took good notes because a lot of things we've heard before, especially like the way that people are being treated when they call into this office. And it's like going to DMV. If nothing else, we should be able to be courteous and helpful. If nothing else. And I think one of the things, just like the original guy called in first, talked about how we would try to raise the standards of the service that's delivered and motivated. I think there needs to be some sensitivity training for the staff who have to deal with people because that's stressful. That's very stressful. So you and I will be talking about that later, and I know you'll be coming up with some solutions. So I know you don't want to hear about this anymore, but that's very stressful.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
May I speak? This is Commissioner Brody. I met Miss Brown in, I want to say Kroger a few months back, and I definitely encouraged her to bring this issue to the board. And I just wanted Miss Brown to know that we care. You are loved, you are valued, and I have good faith in Mr. Nestor that he'll get to the bottom of the issue.
I got to speak on something you just said about that. I hope you don't mind. But you told me not to tell no one. You told me what to do. Remember that? Do you remember that? Because I remember that because I held on to that. I held on to that because that really hurt me when you was one of the commissioners and you told me that. You told me that. My daughter said, "What, Mom? Why did she tell you that?" I didn't have nowhere else to turn, nowhere to run. And
I told you to go to the board. I told you what day.
No, you didn't, ma'am. Come on, man.
Go get my ticket.
I don't want to talk to her.
I don't care. I don't care because I definitely told you what day it means.
All right. Let's get some decorum here. To mute that conversation.
Y'all need to humble yourselves like y'all workers tell us to do.
Mr. Chairman, as Ms. Priscilla Jackson said that we've ended the comment period, and I think it's time to proceed with the other part of the agenda, and I will be following up with each and every person, not delegating that to staff, but myself with a staff person responding to each of the call today. I believe, Mr. Chairman, we are now, I think, at the point in the agenda to move to the next part of the agenda.
I know. But what we just experienced here and there, make sure those mics are cut off from outside. But at the same time, we are as responsible to be courteous to the people as the staff is. And we should not just be telling people that we don't care. It's easy to just shut up and let's just deal with it. So I hope in the future that we deal in that manner, because again, we are accountable also.
Given the comments that we've heard today, I'm happy today, all members of the Board of Commissioners, to introduce you to our new Senior Vice President for Affordable Housing. His name is Corey Franklin. Corey joins us from one of the largest housing authorities in the country, the Houston Housing Authority.
You said Corey is the new
Yes,
Vice
sir.
President. Have you been on the call since? Have you been on this call since we started?
Yes, sir.
Well, you have heard some complaints that I think that's in your shop about the way that people are being treated. And in my humble opinion, I hope you can come in and turn that ship around. Because if that kind of disrespect to people requires some good, extensive training or some dismissals, no one should have to go through that. Especially when your whole way of living is at risk. You don't do that, okay? And if we don't have that kind of sensitivity for people who depend on us to keep their living environment in good stead, then we need to find us somebody else to do that job. That's the least that you can do. If you can't get rid of the mice or get rid of the mold or deal with the roaches, that's a tough thing. There's also a situation where this woman is talking about, not only did she have to deal with that, she got $200 additional to pay in rent that she can't afford. Now, we've got some issues in that shop, my friend, sir, and I welcome you here, but you're not going to be able to come here and just lay back. We're going to need somebody that's going to hit the ground running, and that's going to have to be a good taskmaster. And that's the least I'm going to say right now. But I'm paying attention to that. And this is not the first time we've had the concerns coming out of that office about the way that people are being treated. Courtesy is the easiest part. The easiest thing we can do is do that. So welcome. I'm sorry you had to come in at the hard-nosed part of that, but we're here to work. We're here to work.
I just want to let you know that I definitely concur with some of those points you made. I'm definitely going to be working with both VPs to ensure that we can definitely improve on that customer service. We might not be able to do certain things right every time, but customer service can go a long way in respect. So I just want to let you know, just very high level, that is something that is a great focus of mine, is to ensure that we can improve the culture and ensure that that respect is given on both avenues, both from the resident and our clients. So just hoping to that I could be a part of changing the culture and that you're able to see an improved relationship across the board.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that, and I hate to be, but I'm a little sensitive about that. When people are just down and out and doing the best that they can, and then to be disrespected from people they expect to help them, that's just unacceptable in my shoes. I'm sorry. That's just the way I feel about it. And it's not personal. It's not about you. But I do expect when your time come around to come before us, to see some improvement and get a good report from changes that you have initiated.